Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Monday, April 28th, 2025. Now, we've on the Eric Adams beat, beyond just his run as an independent candidate and Andrew Cuomo, Zelnor Mamdani, etc., we had complained, I think, of SDNY Judge Ho. We'd filed to unseal various documents in the Eric Adams case, and we really had been no action. Well, on Friday, Judge Ho ruled that everything that we asked for to be unsealed will be unsealed. It hasn't been yet, at least as of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it will happen soon because he ordered it and transmitted an order to the clerk's office to unseal all of the Classified Information Procedures Act order about the defense strategy in the case. So it's pretty exciting, and I think we're going to have the document, I hope, this morning. But if not, we'll write in again. But it was a success, and we're going to continue this battle for unsealing. In fact, in the Sue Me Terry case, FARA violations, for those following that, there's a confidential filing of a SEPA memo that I think we're going to seek should be unsealed by the same logic as Judges Furman and Ho have followed Inner City Press's request by unsealing SEPA documents. Meanwhile, some have said that the Diddy Sean Combs jury selection begins today. To my knowledge, it's actually May 5th that they'll begin. I don't even know if they'll start questioning people that day, but that's jury selection. There is a jury questionnaire, and over the weekend there was a flurry of filings proposing questions, many of which were redacted. Again, we're back to that theory, that thing of courthouse too confidential. I mean, it's just a question. It's hard to imagine why a question has to be confidential in a draft filing of the questionnaire, particularly when the prospective jurors are not supposed to read the media or the docket. But maybe Judge Sereni will sua sponte unseal the sealed questions. On Friday, Luigi Mangione was arraigned on federal charges, and what came out of it is that his lead lawyer, Karen Friedman Agnifilo, wants the federal case to go first, the one with the death penalty on the table. We don't exactly. So be it. That's fine. I'm ready to cover it. In fact, it's easier for me to cover it in federal court than state court, but I'm ready in any event. But I'm curious what State Judge Caro is going to say about that. Speaking of the state court, which I can see right ahead of me at 100 Center Street, the Harvey Weinstein trial, which we're also covering, does not meet today. Judge Farber has his motion day. We may go over and check out some of those motions, but as to Harvey, it'll be later in the week, and we'll be there. Now, as per usual, Menendez, got to do this. Menendez, he had asked, we reported late last week that he was asking for a ruling on bail pending appeal so that he could appeal that before he has to turn himself into jail. Well, it has been denied. So let the appealing begin. But whether he can, I don't know if Judge Stein, who's covered the case pretty closely, whether he's going to be overturned on any factual basis on that decision. And Nadine Menendez has a letter this very morning asking to postpone her sentencing. Haven't seen that yet, but should see it soon, entering the courthouse. Now, the UN, we last week reported on Thursday, I believe first in the world, reported on the switch in position on UNRWA by the administration. UNRWA is not immune. Now, the UN spokespeople, we're banned from entering the UN, of course, because we asked such questions. The UN spokesman refused to answer written questions from us, but was asked a sort of softball in the briefing room and said, we're studying it, but we believe we're totally exempt. Meanwhile, this morning, overseas, or maybe by Zoom, I don't know, to the International Court of Justice, the UN has a new lawyer. Antonio Guterres had this Portuguese guy for the longest, a guy who not only didn't overturn the ban on Inner City Press, but doubled down in an early letter. Then he just refused to answer Quinn Emanuel, an actual law firm. Well, the new lawyer for the UN is named Eleanor Hammarskjöld. Was she hired for her name and a fig leaf? I don't know. All I know is that she was talking about UNRWA in this legal filing, but the most important UN case at the moment that may end up in the U.S. Supreme Court, she's had nothing to say on. Well, we're going to stay on the beat, and we're going to keep pushing, including to get back into the UN. But for now, we're going into the courthouse. To be continued.